So, if you're looking for some really good quality martial arts action movies, there are a dwindling number of stars that you can really depend on to provide what you're looking for. Now, at one time, there was a veritable plethora of those stars, but they seem to be dying out rather quickly and getting a little bit older. And as a result, there doesn't seem to be very many in the shall we say, next generation or younger generation of martial arts stars. As an aside, I gotta say, I think part of this is because the cinematic action genre ploys with the camera and with the editing have become so sophisticated that a lot of people do not have to go through the training to learn martial arts to look good on film. It can all be faked and bamboozled, if you will. And that's a shame because the martial arts really brought us some pretty decent stars. There is still, even though he is aging, one fella you can always depend on, and that's Donnie Yen. And he's out with another good one. Cinematic class is about to begin. Your professor is in. Greetings, salutations, and other sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and purveyor of truth in movies, and tonight's lesson plan is a film called Raging Fire. And again, it stars Donnie Yen, and he's starring with Nicholas Tsay. And these two, if you're familiar with Hong Kong cinema, these two are really top names. Okay, so just that star power alone is enough to make this a bona fide hit in the Asian market. And certainly, I hope a lot of people find it here because I enjoyed this movie an awful lot. Now, Benny Chan is the director of this film, and shortly after it was completed, he passed. There is a very nice little tribute to him during the end credits of this movie. It was kind of nice to see, and kudos to the producers for putting that in. It was worthwhile. Lots of action in this, and Donnie. There are a lot of older action stars that you can tell they're beginning to use stunt doubles. I still admire them, but Steven Seagal, you can tell he's using a stunt double now. Jean-Claude Van Damme still has the flexibility, but definitely using a stunt double. And even Jet Li occasionally you can see is using a younger stunt double. It's very difficult to see if Donnie Yen is doing this. There were times it looked like the film may have been sped up just a bit, maybe going from 24 frames to maybe 30 or 32 frames just to make the action look a little quicker. But for the most part, it looks like Donnie's doing his thing in this, and the action scenes are worthwhile. Here's a little look at Raging Fire.
OP calling command post.
各單位注意，開始包圍他旗。今晚一定要將班粉腸拉晒翻嚟。Yes sir。唔好離我身。呢班仆街一定走唔甩，一定要拉晒佢哋。
So as you can tell from the trailer, what we have here is pretty much a standard template cop action adventure thriller. It all begins with some cops who were set up and framed to take a fall. And once they're released from prison, they decide to extract their revenge on those who set them up. It makes for, a pretty standard revenge type film, action type film. There is some great cinematography in this, okay? Everything from POV shots, point of view shots, to aerial shots. Back in the day, the aerial shots used to all be done by helicopter. Now, they're actually a little easier to do with drones, and, you still have to have a certain flair and a certain technique for framing the thing. It's just not as easy as putting a camera on a drone and sending it up in the sky, But all of the shots on this are done exceptionally well, and of course the action scenes are done very, very well because no one's cheating in this. Okay, you don't have stars who can't fight that you have to make look like they can fight. All right, like so many stars today. No, these guys can actually do it. So the camera just needs to pull out a little bit and let them play, and it does that. And it does it well. There are a couple of techniques in here that Benny Chan has used that are taken directly from the John Woo filmmaking book. And John Woo is one of my favorite directors. So when I spotted these right away in the movie, I went, oh yeah, that just adds icing to the cake, brother, because that is certainly worthwhile. This movie was made in Hong Kong, and you can tell it has a lot of very freewheeling, things. It has the Asian themes to it and what have you, but you kind of wonder a little bit about what's going on here and how long Hong Kong is going to be able to produce movies like this. There was some rumors going around in the industry that Donnie Yen tried to get this film out as quickly as possible because the studios over in Hong Kong are a little bit fearful of the clampdown now that China is... no surprise, trying to take them over and rule them under Xi Jinping's tyrannical rule, and you just don't know what kind of movies they're going to allow out, let alone allow to the American market. So as a result, it's probably better that he got this out quickly and kind of wait to see what happens. It's ironic when Britain owned Hong Kong and had rule there. Everybody in the world couldn't wait until that rule was over and Hong Kong and Taiwan reverted back to Chinese rule. And now that has been some decades in the offing, a lot of people are scratching their heads saying, maybe they jumped from the frying pan into the fire. Hopefully movies like this, though, won't be trapped into the Asian market and not allowed here. This is a foreign film, and it is in the original Cantonese. So as a result, you are going to have to read subtitles on this. My understanding is that some of the streaming devices may allow an English dub, but I kind of like to watch these movies in their original tongue and read them if you can, because it's worthwhile. The Asians always have an act of throwing the subtitles up too quickly on some lines. I guess it's due to the translation, and you just simply can't read through them. And it's like that on a couple of scenes in this movie as well, but you'll still get the gist of what's going on. And of course, for the action films, or the action sequences, all you need to hear are the groans and the bangs and the booms, right? And they're fun. Believe me, they're fun. There are a couple of scenes when Donnie's fighting that had me sitting in my seat going, whoa! So there's some pretty good stuff in this one, kids. If you like martial arts action films, I think you're going to like this. Donnie Yen does not disappoint. And now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.